Hey guys, happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing good. Let's make sure that I am going live here. Give me just a second. All right, so if you're watching live today, if you will please post in the comments below your name or live, and if you are happen to be watching this on a replay, if you will just comment #replay, that would be great. All right. Well, some of you may already know who I am, and others, this may be your first live event with me. So a quick introduction. My name is Stephanie Manley, and I am a CFO, virtual CFO with Calculated Profits. And every Monday, I come live with you guys at 2 o'clock to give you some free business advice, whether that be for bookkeeping or just general business knowledge. Today's topic is going to be my 10-step process on how to start your business the right way. So 10 easy steps to follow. Maybe you're already in business for yourself, but you just want to kind of refresh and make sure that you went through the process. Or maybe you are new to becoming an entrepreneur and you have no idea where to start. So hopefully today this will help you in that. And if you have any questions along the way, just comment them below and I'll either answer them live or I'll shoot you a private message when the live is over. All right, so I'm just going to jump in and get started. I'm going to refer back to my notes a little bit. So why this particular message is important to me and why I've decided to make this my third live is because I have a lot of clients that come to me and they did not follow the proper channels and the proper steps to set up their business. So sometimes when they bring their information to me for taxes, or maybe they've gotten an IRS letter and we start digging into their books, they just went straight from, I want to be a business owner, to making money. And they didn't follow the steps in between. And that can cause some havoc for your business. So I just want to make sure that you guys are prepared and you're ready and you have everything that you need. So step one is going to be do your research. So becoming an entrepreneur is exciting. So maybe you're a 9-to-5 worker and you really enjoy your job, but you think, hey, why am I working for this guy? I can go do this on my own and make more money. Well, first of all, that's not always true. But second of all, I want you to do your research because it's completely different becoming a business owner. So I want you to balance your dream of owning a business to the reality of it. So really have a gut check with yourself and make sure that you're ready to take this step. The second thing is, which is so important to me, and if you've been following my journey, you'll understand important to me, is make sure that you start a business that is something that's going to make you happy. And Mark Twain has the famous saying out here, I hope I'm not, but find a job that you enjoy doing and you'll never work a day in your life. And that is extremely true, especially for me. So if it's something that you enjoy, you wake up, you get out of bed every morning excited and ready to do your job. But if you pick a business that is just something that you think is going to make you a lot of money, but you're not really happy about it, you're going to hate it. And you're not going to do very well. You're not going to be successful. And then also I want you to think about what product or service that you're offering to other people, and make sure that it's something that other people need, not just something that you think is a good niche, but make sure it's something that other people could use as well. Okay, so that's step one, which is research. The second step is make a plan. And a plan does not have to be fancy. I'm not telling you to go out and make this 50-page business plan. That is not necessary. You can pretty much just scratch it down on a restaurant napkin if you want to. And any mamas out there, if you're like me, you have plenty of paper napkins sitting in your glove box of your car. So just some things that you need to think about. Think about, are you going to need a brick and mortar location for your new business venture? Or can you work from home? And what does that entail for your future? Are you going to hire employees? So think about that. Are you familiar with HR laws? Those are things you need to think about in your plan. And then is there any equipment that you know you're going to need right from the start? So those are parts of a plan. I also suggest during this time period, if you've already made your decision, yes, I'm going to go in business for myself, I highly recommend that you go rent a post office box. I know that sounds silly, but it's just a great way to keep all of your business and your personal stuff separate. It could be a small little box. It costs you very minimal amounts of money a month. But then your physical location is not out there for everyone to see, especially if you're a business at home, you have a business working from home. And then everything goes to one central location. Nothing gets lost. Okay. So research is number one. Number two, make a plan. On number three, I want you to plan your finances. And of course, this one is very important to me, being the type of business owner that I am, but it's extremely important. And I see businesses fail all the time because they do not properly plan their finances. A good rule of thumb in any type of business is to really think about your expenses for the first 12 months that you're going to be in business. So that could be all different things. It could be rent, utilities, advertising and marketing, payroll. If you're in a restaurant or a boutique, your cost of goods, they're going to be really high to get started. You need to know what those amounts are, and different supplies. So again, back to number one, do your research. And then also in your planning of your finances, you need to make a decision. Are you going to quit your 9 to 5 to start your business? And if that's the case, you've got to replace your income to pay your personal bills. So those types of things is very good for you to plan. So get you a spreadsheet out, do some research on what those amounts are going to be on a monthly basis. And this will be an average, of course. And then you need to know that's how much money I need to start my business. Sounds scary, I know, but trust me, it works. It works very well. Okay, so research, make a plan, plan your finances. And if you're just tuning in to me, we are going over my 10 steps on how to start a business the right way. And if you're watching live, if you'll just comment below your name or live, and if you are watching this as a replay, just hashtag replay for me. All right, I'm going to keep going here. And again, if you have any questions along the way, just put them in the comments below for me. Step number four, biggie, is choose your business structure. So you've done your research, you planned your finances, you know now you are going to become an entrepreneur. So what do I do? There's so many options for you as far as your business structure or your entity type. So the first one, which is probably the easiest and most people choose, is to be a sole proprietor or a sole prop or a solopreneur, however you want to word it. And that simply means you're in business for yourself. You don't have any, there's not a corporate veil over you or anything like that. It's just me doing business as whatever my business name is. Okay, that's sole proprietor. Your other option as a business entity is an limited liability corporation, also known as an LLC. Okay, those are becoming more and more popular now. They're becoming more popular because you have a corporate veil of protection in case something were to happen in your business. Then someone could not sue you for your personal assets. Again, as a side note, I'm not an attorney. That's just my understanding of LLC. So, and part of this process is to consult an attorney to do this. So you have a sole prop or an LLC, and your third type of business entity is a corporation. Okay, so you have those three options. And with those three options, there comes different tax implications of those. So a sole proprietorship will go on your personal tax return. So if you have W-2 wages, things of that nature, this would go on that same tax return. Okay. Also, if you were an LLC, you have two options as far as how you want to be taxed. So an LLC typically will be taxed just like a sole proprietor. Still goes on your personal tax return. You can also choose to have your LLC taxed as an S corporation. And there are paperwork that you have to complete in order to ask the IRS to look at your business as a S corporation. Then we have the corporation entity, and those can be taxed as either an S corporation or a C corporation. The biggest difference between the two is in a C corporation, you file a corporate tax return and the corporation pays all taxes on the money that it makes. With an S corporation, you as an owner would be mandated to be put on payroll. You would draw a salary of the corporation, and then any profit or loss from the corporation that is taxed as an S corp would go then to your personal tax return as well. So it really depends. There's a rule of thumb that I usually like to go with a lot of my clients when we are discussing whether to go with an S corp or a C corp, and also when is it time to change an LLC from being taxed as a sole proprietor to switching it to an S corporation. So again, that's on an individual basis. So see a lawyer to get this paperwork completed. There's more to it than just, hey, I'm in business for myself. Okay. So S corp, LLC, corporation. Moving along to step 4. I want you to pick and register your business name. And this is before any tax ID numbers are being filed. And I want you to think of 3 different business names for your company if you are going to file as an LLC or a corporation. So if you're a sole prop, you don't really have to go through this little process of picking 3 names. But with every state, there can only be one business name in an LLC or a corporation with that specific name. So for me, for example, there can only be one calculated profits in the LLC in the state of Georgia. Now, when I was picking my names, one of the things that I did was take off the S in profit. So maybe calculated profit. That would be option number 2. Option number 3 would maybe put my name at the end of it or your child's name at the end of it. So pick 3 names, and that way when you're going to register your name, you have several options and you don't feel like you're going back to the drawing board all the time. Also, when you are picking and registering your business name, if it is a business that you will have a need for a website, it's important that you go and look at the domain registry to see if that domain is available. So when we were picking out calculated profits, that was one of the steps that we took. We went to the domain registry and made sure that calculatedprofits.com was available. Because I don't want a business name that I can't have a web address attached to it. So again, if you need a website, then that would be an important step in this process. So step 6. So now we've made our plan, we have our finances in order, we've chosen our business structure, and we have picked and registered a name with the Secretary of State in which state that you reside or the business is going to reside. Now it's time to go and get your identification numbers. And I'm going to keep looking here at my list so I don't forget anything. The first thing that everyone's going to need is a federal tax ID number. And I highly recommend this for anyone who is in business, even if you are selling makeup online or you just have a small boutique. The reason for that is so that you do not have to give out your social security number to other people who may pay you and be required to give you a 1099 at the end of the year. So, identity theft is rampant. So get a tax ID number. It costs you nothing on the IRS website to do this, okay? Also, I want to make note that if you're a sole proprietor and you have been in a business before, so you've owned a business 5 years ago and you shut that business down and now you're wanting to open up another business, it could be a completely different type of business, but your federal ID number will remain the same. You just have to tell them the new code for your business, a new type of business you're in, okay? So get a federal ID number. Then we move along to your state number. So for state, if you are going to be selling any type of merchandise and collecting sales tax, you will need a sales tax number for the state that you are in. And if you are going to have any employees, you will also need a withholding tax number. So that's the second thing you need. If you're going to have employees, you will also need to apply for a Department of Labor number in the state that you reside. And maybe you're going to have a restaurant and you need some food permits, or you need to get an alcohol license by chance. And then those things as well you will need. And don't forget your business license. And that could be a county license or that could be a city license as well. Okay, so I think we're up to step 7 now in this. And let me see here. What number 7? All right, so number 7 is very important. Open a business bank account. Again, lots of clients come to me and their business and their personal finances are mixed together. They're all commingled. And what I mean by that is they never took the time to get a business bank account. They may use, or maybe they did open a business bank account and they are paying their house payment out of that account. They are buying those pumpkin spice lattes with a debit card on that account. Anything that's not business related. So try really hard to keep your business and your personal stuff in 2 different accounts and keep those separated out. And the easiest way that I have found to explain to businesses to do that is all money that is business related goes into that business banking account. You pay all business bills out of that account. And then when you need money on the personal side, and hopefully you did all your planning in the beginning, so you know how much you can take out every month as a paycheck to you or withdrawal to you, then you just transfer that money from your business account over to your personal account, and then you write the checks out of your personal account for your personal expenses, groceries, your car payment, different things of that nature. And guys, I know it's a pain in the butt. Trust me, I have to do it too. But it's the best way to keep your books in line. And after a while, you just get in a habit of doing it and it just becomes second nature to you. So when you're starting your business, start it right so the habits start forming in the beginning. Okay? All right. Step number 8 is choose your accounting system. Don't skip this step, guys. Don't think, well, it's just January. I'm starting my business. I've got 12 months to get everything in order before I have to file my taxes. That is not the only reason that you should get control of your accounting system. Get to know your books. Remember, your books tell your story. It's the way that you can make calculated decisions within your business. If you wait until the end of the year and you have no clue what's going on in your finances, you're going to be in a mess, a big mess. So don't think about it as finance, accounting equals tax. That's not the case at all. So, keeping up with your finances on a regular basis is going to help with budgeting. It's going to help you know what your cost analysis is. Not sure if you saw, I posted the other day, I had an analysis call with a new client. And within 10 minutes of that call, I found where she could save $36,000 a year by making one change to her business. So she has been in business for a while and she never really took a look at her numbers. It was just, well, here's my bank statements, get it ready, file my taxes. And we didn't do any planning. So planning is so important because $36,000, and maybe yours isn't that high, but any amount of money is more money in your pocket. Okay, so just remember that. And then also you're staying in compliance with Uncle Sam. So if you're on payroll or you have payroll, that those payroll tax deposits are coming out of your account on a timely basis. Sales tax is coming out of your account on a timely basis. So keep up with your books. That's step 8. And then I will go ahead and tell you too, in case you're new, I do have a free a free guide for that. It's called my Calculated Tax Planner. It is a free download. No gimmicks. I'm not going to ask you to buy anything from me. I just really want you guys to know your finances and be successful business owners so that you're happy. But there's the link there at the bottom. You can go to the website there, just put in your name and your email address, and it'll just shoot you over a link to download the tax planner. And it's free to everybody. So if you know someone else who maybe hasn't watched this live, send them over the information and they can download it as well. Super easy. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me about it. All right. So moving to step 9, next to the last. Step 9 is set your plan into motion. So you've done all the backbreaking work, all the boring stuff, as I would say. And now it's time to set that plan in motion. So now is the time to sign that lease. If you have a brick and mortar, it's time to start advertising your new business and hiring those employees. If it's, you have employees in your business, buying those items for your boutique, setting up shop per se. This is the exciting time. This is the part that you're looking forward to that so many people skip steps 1 through 7 or 1 through 8, and they just jump straight into 9. But as you can see, it's a lot more to starting a business than just, hey, I want to be in business and let's start a business. So number 9 is setting your plan into motion. And then number 10, my favorite, is start making money, which goes back to planning your finances. So making money means you're making profit. You're not just switching hours for money. You were doing that as an employee. Don't do that anymore. Now is the time to make money and be happy and really thrive as an entrepreneur. So again, those were my 10 steps to starting a business the right way. And if you skipped any steps along the way, you can still go back and fix those things. It's not too late. And you'll be amazed at how much better your business will operate efficiently by doing those things. So I'm going to open the floor for any questions. See if anybody has any questions out there. And again, if you are live, just make sure you hashtag live, or if you are replaying, if you'll hashtag replay for me, that would be awesome. So, hey guys that are on and who told me hello. Awesome. All right. Well, no questions. So I know today that was a lot of information that we just covered over the last 20 plus minutes. And if you would like an email about all this information, put in a format that you can just print it off and check it off. That would be awesome too. Just send me your email address or send in the comments, hey, I want a copy of that, and I'll get with you. And then last thing is the Thriving Entrepreneur Squad is a group that I host here on Facebook. And it is for like-minded entrepreneurs. In this group, we talk about business, we talk about finance, pretty much anything related to being an entrepreneur. So if you will join that group, that'd be awesome. Of course, it's a free group. And I go live in that group as well every Monday. And I will be starting to go live in that group on Thursdays as well. So you don't want to miss it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and enjoy being an entrepreneur. See you next week.